You see, 99% of people are plagued with self-doubt. They feel each day that they have to prove their self-worth to themselves or maybe to others who have done them wrong in the past or have put limiting beliefs in their past. But really, we continue to make these things the present by bringing it up every day. And what the 1% does really well that the 99% doesn't, daily, they make sure their vision is aligned with their goals. And what I mean by vision is not just in the explanation of the sense of what I can see with my eyes. Because if we only went off what we could see, most of our realities and most of our lives would not be what we wanted them to. Most of us are dealing with circumstances and results currently that aren't where we see ourselves in 5, 10, 15 years and aren't where we want to stay. And what the 1% does really well is they don't limit themselves. They allow that vision that's free, the space in between their head, to take up as much space in reality as they need in order to fill up that positivity, fill up that bar of confidence, fill up that level of personal power so that they can take the action to bring into fruition what they want. Now, you clicked on this video because you saw the title, which means you already know what it is that you're limiting yourself on. You already know how you're capping the infinite bounds of potential that you have inside of you. You see, I truly believe that each of us is special. And maybe we don't all need to make YouTube channels or be content creators or be coaches or teachers or whatever. Maybe we just need to take care of ourselves. Maybe each of us could just start by putting together the pieces in our own life. And through doing that, we start to show up more confident. We start to show up happier. We start to show up more joyful. And when we do these things, it emits this energy out to the people around us. They feel at peace, even if they're not. They feel joy, even if they're not happy, even if they're not whole. Have you ever been, maybe this is you right now, maybe you right now are plagued by feelings of self-doubt, feelings of lack of self-worth, a lack of connection. But right now, as you're watching this video, as you're listening to my voice, you can feel the positivity, conviction, and confidence. And I hope that's what you can. That's my goal for you. But my second goal for you is that you cultivate and find your own voice of positivity. Not for me, but for you. And what that will do is create a funnel in which every single other human being who comes into contact with you will start to feel your confidence and joy as you walk towards self-mastery, as you decide to take care of yourself. Others will inevitably do the same. You don't have to be a content creator. You don't have to post. There's people who talk to you. Have you ever been smiled or waved at by a random person? How did that make you feel? And I can tell you, people don't smile unless they want to. And it's not an accident. It's not something that we wake up and just happens. It is a choice to smile and to live in your purpose and to live in passion and to live in wealth, both mentally and financially. So what the 1% does is they limit the amount of times that they limit themselves. They try their hardest to always put themselves in the right place. So therefore, one day it'll be the right time. One of my favorite expressions ever is, why is the pro fisherman so good at catching fish? Is it because of his equipment? Is it because of where he fishes? Is it because of the amount of times or the methodology that he uses when he's fishing? No. It's because he's always fishing. Right? It's what he does. It's who he is. It's his whole persona. While you and me may spend time doing other things, the fisherman is fishing. And therefore he's achieving mastery. He's achieving the highest version of himself possible. So when you clicked on this video, and maybe you right now are thinking of something that you know you're holding back on. And if you need to, I want you to pause this video and to really see it, feel it, pull it into fruition now. There is nothing stopping you from experiencing it other than the lid you're putting on yourself. You are chronically limiting yourself. And the best part about all of this is that you own the lid. So as soon as you want to, as soon as you're ready, as soon as it is aligned and makes sense, you can remove the lid and start to walk in a new purpose and passion. No rules, no gimmicks, a new you. This is the power we each hold within ourselves every day. And a simple perspective change, just like in this video, can be all somebody needs in order to get out of the funk, in order to make the change. We are all only one decision away from completely changing the rest of our lives. And the decision you need to make is to throw away self-limitations, to throw away the imposter syndrome. Stop worrying about if you know what you're doing all the way. You don't. That's not the point. You're not supposed to be perfect. You are not supposed to have all the answers. Now, if you're teaching other people, that's a different story. But if you're just doing, go out there and fail. I want you to mess up because failure is the only way we learn. I just was with my sons the other day watching a kids movie. Maybe you watching this have seen this, maybe not. It's called Meet the Robinsons. And the premise of this movie is the boy is an orphan who is a genius, and he tries to construct this machine in order to go back to his past to see his birth mom who left him. And he's obsessed over this vision. And he's working on it. And then he finally creates it, but due to some hater circumstances, the plot always happens. The resistance always comes up. If you've been here on this channel, the fear walls always come up. And some things go down and ends up being teleported to the future where he sees the best version of himself as a little boy. And when he sees the best version of himself, the older version of him says, hey man, listen, I know you're obsessed with failure, but we got everything we ever have. We've only created all of this now because of all the failures you're going through. The failures that you're going through now are not failures. They're stepping stones. They're lessons. And as long as you apply each one and don't forget, you will arrive at a better, bigger place down the road. That is the power. And in this movie, it's just a kid's movie, right? And I think they sprinkle a lot of truth into everything. But in the movie, at the very end, he tells himself, listen, this vision isn't guaranteed. And I think this is important. A lot of times when people hear manifestation or self-help or anything around those nature, they get very, oh, okay, let me just write down my goals and then they'll happen. And yes, the universe can really get out of your way that quickly. But the only way it will do that is if you continue to show up, knock on the door, and demand that the visions that you have are the real reality. Not what's currently in front of you. Not what you've dealt with before. Not what your whole life has been. What's going on right now. And being able to stay into this and tap into this will fundamentally change the way you show up, the way the people around you show up, and the way ultimately you achieve everything that you've always set out to achieve. So I hope you found this video valuable. Understand that you have been placed with a vision and it is your duty to bring it out. Peace, love, positivity. I'll see you next time.